In these perilous times, see from current events how biblical prophecy is coming to pass in front of our eyes. You're watching In the Last Days, the program that looks at Israel and the end times with teaching from a Hebraic perspective. With Martin and Nathalie Blackham, thank you to our friends and partners who make this program possible. Now, here's Martin and Nathalie.
Hi, I'm Martin Blackham, and I'm going to give you today a sneak preview of the behind the scenes of In the Last Days television program. The program's going to follow in just a minute, but I'm going to show you a little bit about how we do the program. Well, one of the things we do is we prepare, when we have guests in the studio, we get the background information, and this is the file just here that we do all that on. And the reason that I say that is that it's because of your support, it's because of your partnership with the program that we're able to go out now twice a week on Revelation Television, thanks to the help of our friends Howard and Leslie Conda. And in this file, we've got the latest guest, who is Eli Pierpiche, and he was in the studio. He's from the I Vote Israel organization. In the file, we've also got, and I don't know if we can get all this. You can see all the file on the camera, but we've also got people like Danny Ayalon, who was in the studio. We've got, you can have a quick look, people like Yoni Yagodowski, who is going to be coming in again from Magen David Adom, the Israel Emergency and Ambulance Service. So these important guests that we have, we are flying the flag in Israel for Christian television from the UK, and so it's so important for you. And we're speaking to those who are friends, those who are watching the program on a regular basis, those that really feel that this is an important program for you and for your maybe the group that you meet with, maybe your friends and family. This is an important tool. This is an important a way that you can see what's happening in Israel. We are asking you today to become a partner with the program. And as I say, it's just a little bit behind the scenes, and the current running costs that we've got at the moment are £2,689.77. That's the monthly running costs, and about £10,000 for equipment costs. And you know, these, if we need to continue, if we want to continue doing this, then we really need your support and value your support and your partnership with the program. What's happening is that as you stand with us financially, you're joining with us, you're becoming a part of what we're doing, and you are helping other people to know what's going on in Israel. You're helping other people to see regular news. You're helping other people to see guests from Israel. You're helping other people to be up to date as to the latest news and events from the nation. So we want to thank you for your support, and now enjoy the In the Last Days television program. Hi, welcome to the In the Last Days television program with myself, Martin Blackham, and with my wife, Nathalie Blackham, and it's great to be with you. We've had guests on the program recently, so you've either seen Nathalie or myself. So wonderful to be together, isn't it, Nathalie, to be with the viewers, and I know that you appreciate seeing us together. Actually, on the tour, the Israel tour, we met some of you, and some of you were saying we really enjoy the program, but when you're on the set, so here we are.
And we saw some people also during the tabernacle, during Sukkot, and it was great because like the ICJ, the International Embassy of Jerusalem, Christian Embassy in Jerusalem, they had always a big convention, and it was great to see some people coming. People are coming in Jerusalem. This is exciting.
And we've got some viewers.
Yes.
And so you can, maybe you'll catch us next year at the ICJ Festival in Jerusalem. So we've had the letter from Patricia, and she's from the Midlands of England, and she says, "Dear Nathalie and Martin, we've been watching your latest program in which you shared regarding more partners financially. So thank you so much, Patricia." Patricia is now a new partner with us, Nathalie, so she's joining with us to partner with the program. We had a letter. Again, if you'd like to write to us, don't forget the details will be on the screen, how you can contact us in writing. And this is from Margaret. She says, Dear Martin and Nathalie, greetings and blessings to you and your program in the Last Days television program. It was good to hear from you, and I really enjoy all that you're doing. So
thank you, Margaret.
So that's Margaret, and she lives in County Durham. Now this is from Stephen, and I think I could be wrong, but Stephen J. And Stephen J. It seems to be from India. Now we've had one or two people from India contact us, it seems, because we've had replies to the program on YouTube, and don't forget you can catch up with the programs on our YouTube channel. We'll put the link on the screen, but basically you're just going to YouTube and type in ITLD program. Now this is very interesting. This is from Stephen, and he says, China believes that Christianity is responsible for much of the historic success of Western Europe and the United States. And then it goes on to say, China will soon have the largest Christian population in the world, Nathalie, which is very interesting because we're seeing a lot of Chinese people coming to visit Israel. According to a government-sponsored survey, it says there's a transformation of China and changing the global balance of power. And David Atkin predicts that over the next 3 decades, China's Christian population will grow to about 400 million.
Mm-hmm. And again, we saw some, again, during Sukkot. And, you know, it's beautiful to see this. People, Sukkot is getting so amazingly, I mean, Sukkot is the Feast of Tabernacle in Jerusalem. And this feast is not a Jewish feast. And first of all the feasts are the Feast of the Lord anyway. But there is specifically for the Feast of Tabernacle is all the nations coming. And we see a lot of people from Brazil, from China, and from all around the world. But this is just beautiful to see. There is a special march, isn't it, every year. And I thought before, yeah, okay, you know, it's good. But I've been in it, and it's very touching. And the Jewish people love also to see people who love them. And this is one of the things this is a prophetic thing that's happening now. And when you are speaking again about the people, there is an old teaching, you know, like Sukkot is the time for the nations to come. And when they were doing the offering, you know, the name is Korban, when people were doing a sacrifice on the Temple Mount. And the name is from Karov. And Karov means to be close to. So doing a sacrifice, which was like bringing your offering, was not for God. God he can sustain the world. The thing was for the people to come close to him and to feel close to him. So this is like when we say you partner with us, when partnership is not just giving some money. It's like when we partner with somebody, it's like because we give financially or sometimes by giving some time, you know, it's not always financial, but most of the time it's financial. But when you do that, you partner and you connect with the people. And it's what God was doing. He was saying, you come on my holy mountain, and when you come, there is something that's happening. So you see, and we invested here for the studio 10,500 pounds. So our accounting is about $17,000. And so if you want to partner, we need to finish to pay that. And if you want to partner with us, if you want to connect with Israel, if you want to connect with what's happening with the Jewish roots of Christianity, that God is going to make us coming one. We had to say the day of prayer is the first week of October, the first Sunday of October, and it's getting really something very special. This year they said that there was 300,000 people who were watching the television. It was on GoTV, and that we were all around the world praying for the peace of Jerusalem. And I can tell you, for Jewish people, it's not just for us. It's like that we are going to be one, and that they know that they are not by themselves, but there is some people helping. It's a struggle for many people here. But when they know that they have some partners, which was the same again during the march in Jerusalem, some Jewish people come every year now to watch it because it's like a boost for them, saying, okay, we know that we are not by ourselves. So all the thing that we're doing now is for the Jewish people, is for God, and is for His kingdom to come here on earth, because Yeshua is coming back here in Jerusalem. So everything that we're doing is part of this big picture, and it's important to know this.
And if you'd like to be a partner, we've got a direct debit form they can fill in, Natalie. We can send you one of these, either by email or by post. Pop that to you, and you just pop into your bank, fill it in, that's it. So,
and we connect.
So easy.
I know, we connect. It's like, again, korban, what I was saying. And we will write, you can see in Hebrew, the Hebrew language is very important, because when we speak about something, the sacrifice, it doesn't just, like sacrifice in English doesn't show what is a sacrifice. But it comes from karov, which means to come close. And so God was asking His people to come close to Him on the Temple Mount every 3 times a year. So this is just amazing to see that it's not just us who wants to be close to God. God wants to be close to us too. So it's interesting.
So, and I've got another email from Catherine, and Catherine says, I don't know where she's from, but I guess from somewhere in the UK. She says, "Hi, I was watching Revelation television this afternoon and came across a program with Nathalie and a rabbi discussing the Old Testament," which would be who?
Shlomo Bowman.
Rabbi Shmuel Bowman. Yes, it would be.
Yeah.
No, it was Rabbi Shmuel Bowman. It was incredibly interesting and an area in which I know very little. I will be watching for more of your programs.
And we will do some more with him.
So, you know, we know that these programs are having an impact, and we know that the thing about the Korban is that the people need to partner with us to enable us to do these programs. So, and I wanted to share one thing. We are looking to improve and to get some furniture for the studio.
Yes.
And this is one of our projects. Probably, if you would like to support just this project, it's something like, it's not a very expensive one, it's about £200, but it's some chairs for the black set that we're going to be using, and will be a great blessing to us. Please remember, I just wanted to say, Nathalie, that somebody did send a check the other day payable to ITLD. They need to be payable to Blackham Family Ministries. We will put that on the screen, Blackham Family Ministries, for checks and donations. And you can, for those who are good at PayPal, and you can do even a monthly gift by PayPal. Mm-hmm. They could do that and partner with us. This is from Kevin. This is email from Kevin in the UK. Great program last night with the Olim, that's the Jewish people who are coming, emigrating to Israel, making Aliyah, that's coming to live in Israel. From the wonderful man from the Knesset, Rabbi Dov Lippman. I have a love for the Jews and to make Aliyah. And he says, thank you for the program. This is from Malcolm and Sheila in the UK. Just want to say that we do appreciate all that you're doing in the last days. We've learned quite a lot from it. We particularly like Eliezer Ben Yehuda, Rabbi Eliezer Ben Yehuda. His teaching is excellent, and it's been interesting to learn what is going on in Israel from Dov Lippman recently.
Good.
So
good.
that was
Thank
from
you.
Malcolm and Sheila. And if you would like to email us, we would really love to hear from you. Don't forget, you can email us at info@inthelastdays.com. For those who are not computer or haven't got a computer, you can write to us as well at PO Box 284, and that's Haradar 90836, Israel. Okay, this is from Jack. This is very interesting. You're going to like this very much. Jack says, I just watched today's broadcast with Knesset member Dov Lippman, Rabbi Dov Lippman. I'm a Christian from Ireland, retired to the Czech Republic, and he's now in the Prague area. And he was saying that he's really enjoying the program and hearing, and it says, and this is what Jack says, as often occurs, my eyes fill with tears of joy and thanksgiving to the Lord when I hear of the Jewish people returning to the land. This is an email from Pauline in the UK. I love your program. Thank you, Pauline. We appreciate that. And I'm teaching myself Hebrew. And if you're interested in Hebrew, don't forget Nathalie's book, The Beauty of the Hebrew Language. You can get that on the website, or you can write to us and we can tell you how you can just send a check for that to our friend Stephen Lorraine in the UK if you'd like to get a copy of The Beauty of the Hebrew Language. And it's now in the second edition, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And I have some rabbis who said that it was a very good book. So for me, it was really very special to know that from rabbis.
And you've got some things you wanted to share today, you were
yes,
saying.
We want to give you some news from what's happening here. And again, it's connected with what we're saying about Korban. People want to be closer to God. You see all these Christians all around the world, and you see now we are discovering that it's important for us to speak to the Christians, but it's important also for us to be in the land here and tell the Jewish people that there is Christians who love them, because most of them still do not know that. It's like two worlds who are colliding together, and slowly, God is putting some more connections, and it's very exciting to do that. Please help us financially, as Martin was saying, because we need to pay, the bills and everything, and it's month after month, and it's very important. So please, if you love the Jewish people, if you love to see this relationship growing between Jews and Christians, we are part of it, and the money is good seed here. Okay? So I wanted to tell you also about a story, and let me give you this story first. That's it. That's, like I was saying, people want to be closer. It's very touching to hear about all your emails, because Christian, something is happening in our heart that we love the Jewish people. And if you remember, there was the Holocaust and there was anti-Semitism before. There is still, but it's like there is still an amazing movement of people who love Israel. And we don't know always very much, but it's like there is something that God is putting. And so we want more and more to speak about to the Jewish people, also about these things. But to tell you also, the people themselves, the Jewish people, are the same. They are connecting to the land now, and now they want also to go back onto the Temple Mount, which was the place where the temple and will be. And it's something that sometimes we might not have too much understanding as Christians, and living again here, we are understanding more the importance of it. And again, there was some anti-Semitism put all in the middle of that, because Mount Zion is Mount Moriah is too. When you read your Tehillim, the Psalms in Hebrew, you can see that. We have discovered that by slowly, and persevering. While reading I'm reading the Psalms in Hebrew, and I discover a lot of things. And so it's very important to be able to have all these things put in us and understand all these things. And it's because of that we like to have rabbis speaking with us, because they can give you the teaching, straight away. And this is wonderful. So the Jewish people are waking up. And in 1967, if you remember, some people, the army, the IDF, came and liberated the Temple Mount and Jerusalem. And Jerusalem has been united since that time. And this is just wonderful to see that. And now some Jewish people slowly really wants to reconnect with the Temple Mount. And right now is like there is the WAF, which is the guardian of the mosque, and which they are part of Jordania. There is Jordan, is all a mishmash of things. When the Jewish people have it, they give it back to Jordan. Don't ask me why. I think it was a mistake, but again, God is in charge, and sometimes we don't know the treasure that we have in our hands, and we don't look after the treasure that we have. So it might have been something that happened like that, but because of that, slowly now, the Jewish people are reconnecting to this place and say, we want to go up the mount of Mount Moriah, which was interesting because it's where Abraham was sacrificing Isaac. And so this is what's happening this week. Jerusalem police arrested 10 Jews who prayed and sang Israel national anthem at Tikva on the Temple Mount, and this was Monday morning. They had come as part of a group of 30 who were divided by the police into smaller groups as part as part of a host of restrictions imposed upon Jewish visitors. And I know because I try to go regularly over there, and I'm kind of a tourist. I don't look too Jewish. You know, they will have, usually the Orthodox will have something here, and if it's hot, I won't have something along. Anyway, I don't look too Jewish, so they don't arrest me. But when people look Jewish, especially the man, they have their tzitzit and they look Jewish, they will be stopped and they will take the identity and they will say, how many are you? And they will really restrict them. The police sometimes close the mount to Jews altogether in response to Muslim riots. And you have to know that sometimes the Muslim goes with the Hamas flags and nobody arrests them. So the Jewish people feel very uncomfortable about that, which I can understand. And so this group, this week, they came with a flag and they were moving it around and saying, you know, this is part of Israel. And so they were arrested. So there is a bit of, you know, traffic.
Yeah, I mean, the issue is that it's not really understandable why the Jewish people aren't allowed access onto the Temple Mount freely, as they should be. They are restricted as to when they can go. They have to get police permission very often, not all the time, but very often they will have to have police permission to go on the Temple Mount. They're restricted. Whilst the rabbis of the Western Wall say that they shouldn't be on the Temple Mount, some other rabbis say that it's okay as long as they stay on the outer edge of the Temple Mount, just in case they were walking in the temple area and particularly the Holy of Holies. But even so, the general feeling is that I believe from studying the whole situation is that people think that it's, generally speaking, it's okay, but the politicians are quite happy to stand with the Western Wall rabbi who says that they shouldn't be going up there.
Yes, but there is some MK now who are really wants make it.
You're right. There's some now. There's a minister, not just that. There's a government minister.
Yes.
Which is, if you can imagine that in the UK, a government minister going up there and being stopped by police in his own country.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that in London? He wants to go and visit us somewhere, and he's stopped.
Buckingham Palace.
And he's stopped from going to his own country by the police. But anyway.
But wait away. One thing which is quite important when you say all these things is like there is a large group of Haredi now rabbis who are going up onto the Temple Mount, which is again, like Martin was saying, a lot of them usually don't go, and now there is a momentum. They are saying this belongs to us, and we know that is the holy mountain, and there is something happening.
Well, in the news it's been quite a difficult period. Hamas and some members of the Palestinian Liberation Organization have said that it's okay for terrorist acts to be committed against the Jewish people, and then sadly which is in the news at the moment, retired Israeli Army Colonel, and I need my glasses for this one, Suraya Offer was murdered in a terrorist attack outside his home in the northern Jordan Valley. The man's wife, Monique Omer, told security forces that her husband was killed by 2 Palestinians. She said that her husband and her, both in their 50s, heard strange noises outside their home in the northern Jordan Valley community of Bichat Brosh. So, and this isn't the first recent terrorist attack. We've also had, there was a young girl who was shot in a Jewish community in Samaria, not far, I was going to say not far from here, but relatively not far from here. And so terrorist attacks and also infiltration of communities is still taking place, and you know, the Jewish people are having to fight to be in the land. So there's still things going on, and the problem is with the mainstream media, and this is one of the reasons that it's important for us to bring you news and features in the UK, is because they don't always say what's going on. One of the recent things is the discovery, Israeli army soldiers recently discovered a tunnel built by Gaza terrorists. And when I say a tunnel, this was not just a small hole in the ground, this was a very sophisticated tunnel with paneling inside, concrete paneling, and phone lines and electricity. So we're not talking about some sort of amateur hole in the ground. We're talking about a very sophisticated, in fact it was a network of tunnels, was recently discovered. And the reason is they weren't just doing a tunnel, they were doing it for terrorism. They were planning a large-scale infiltration and attack with bringing Israeli citizens into Gaza, like they did with Gilad Shalit. So these things are happening as we speak, and you know, we're here in Israel for you to be able to bring you news stories like that, so that you will be aware as watchmen in the UK and around the world as to what's going on in Israel. Well, it's been great to be with you today. We hope that we will see you again. Don't forget you can watch us on Revelation Television. We're on Sundays at 10 and Wednesdays at
10.
At 10 as well in the morning. And you can also catch us, if you missed both of those, you can catch us on our YouTube channel, and you can also get our Facebook. Don't forget to see the latest news on our Facebook page, which the link is on the website, how you can get to that. Well, great to be with you, and remember, we're living in the last days.
You've been watching In the Last Days, a TV program with Martin and Nathalie Blackham, the program that looks at Israel and the end times with teaching from a Hebraic perspective. If you would like to financially support the program or find out about conferences, meetings or ministry products, then please contact us with the details on your screen. Visit our easy-to-use website at www.inthelastdays.com and register for our free e-newsletter. Get the latest news from Israel, product information, online video teaching, or watch today's TV program at a time that's convenient to you. Thank you again, friends and partners, for making this program possible.
See you same time, same station for the next program from In the Last Days.